First of all, I'm very proud of these guys. Just the way they competed in the game and overcame the adversity. I'm not happy about the situation we put ourselves in, and sometimes in opening games, though, you never know.
Coach, for those of us that can't wait till Tuesday, can you tell us what you said to your team at halftime tonight?
No. You got to bleep, 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 bleep. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what's bad? I think Showtime's got it on there. I'm not going to say. We challenged them. Listen, one thing we're going to do, we're going to compete. I'm not going to play guys that don't compete. I'm not built that way. I wasn't wired that way. And we just wanted to we got our minds made up at halftime. We were going to compete in the game in the second half and do things the right way. Momentum's something that we don't talk about in sports enough. We all want the reasons why, but once momentum swings, sometimes it just goes. It takes a heck of a group of kids to turn it back, and we were able to do it on our side, and we kept it enough on our side. They almost come back and had a big drive to go back up. They got a heck of a team, but momentum is critical, and then you got to find ways. That's where you go back to your training and trust. You got to trust each other, have a system, and go back to the basics, and don't worry about the outcomes. And it's hard to change momentum, and we got it and kept it.
Going back to DeAndre, I know you've kind of talked about what you've seen from him at practice and whatnot, but what was kind of the worry coming in? Because it's one thing to do it in practice with a script, but it's another to actually do it in a game with a live defense coming at you.
Well, not just that, but the poise of the game and feeling the pressure if you're behind like he was, and bringing it back and not trying to get greedy. You know what I'm saying? The thing I was so proud about, even though we got behind, that he kept playing the plays and just taking what they give him. He didn't force things down the field, you know what I'm saying, and say, I got to go make it up all at once. And he showed a lot of maturity that way and composure to just keep and trusting his teammates, and his teammates kept trusting him. And that was the one thing this group never broke. What I'm saying is they kept trusting each other and playing for the guy beside them, and they just kept playing it one play at a time, and like I said, it kept sawing away until they got a chance to get back in it.
A drive in the third quarter where you went on a long touchdown drive with Dalvin on the sideline. How much confidence does he give this offense that you don't have to rely on him to score?
It's great. I mean, like I say, what did he have? What did he end up on tonight? 91 yards, and he caught a bunch of balls, didn't he? Yeah. He had 100 yards. He had 200 yards of offense, and you feel, and we just feel like he wasn't there. I mean, think about it. Now, how good is that? So, when you're in a heavyweight fight, man, when you're going to take shots. People are going to hit you. You know that. You just got to have the willingness to come back, and all of a sudden you start to say, man, I hit this. We got a rhythm, and I'm 2 plays away from getting back in this game. It creates the competition and the atmosphere. And the way they practice against each other is kind of the way the offense will dominate. Then the defense will dominate, and they'll go back and forth, and that's why we practice like we do. But I think it just gives them hope. And then they realized that they could go do this, and knew we had the ball coming out, and that's what we talked about. Keep chopping. Just keep chopping away. That trees will eventually fall.